Dave Filoni, a man that could do no wrong in the eyes of some Star Wars fans. If his work is good, he is considered the one true successor to George Lucas, and if his work sucks, it's because Disney has been interfering with what he's been trying to do. A truly wonderful position to be in, a man who can do no wrong. Bullshit! After years of learning from George Lucas when they were working on the Clone Wars together, then learning from Jon Favreau on the set of The Mandalorian, Dave Filoni was finally given the green light to make a live-action Ahsoka series.
Oh, I have a bad feeling about this.
In this video, we'll be taking a closer look at Sabine's character, as I think it's a great example of how not to write a character. In Dave Filoni's Ahsoka series, Ahsoka decides to train Sabine to be a Jedi. And why does Sabine want to become a Jedi?
Dunno.
Learning to become a Jedi takes patience, resilience, determination, practice. It's a way of life. It's a long and difficult road to master the ways of the Force and become a Jedi Master. So for us, the audience, it was imperative that we understood why Sabine wanted to be a Jedi and commit to this way of life. And the reason had to be a good one if the audience was ever going to connect with Sabine's character, and the fact that Dave Filoni didn't even bother to give Sabine a motivation to become a Jedi simply is a terrible writing decision. By comparison, it was crystal clear why Luke Skywalker wanted to become a Jedi. His family were killed, his way of life was destroyed, he hated the Empire, and there was nothing left for him apart from to learn the ways of the Force and be a Jedi like his father. Dead simple. Ahsoka deciding to train Sabine in the first place is also a decision that makes absolutely no sense. Sabine was roughly 30 years old in the Ahsoka series, and Sabine was more or less a complete novice, and barely remembered the training Ahsoka supposedly gave her, I assume somewhere between the end of Rebels Season 4 and sometime before the start of the Ahsoka series, and she barely remembered the basics.
I see you still remember the basics.
Barely.
So she's more or less a complete novice. Luke Skywalker, on the other hand, was roughly 22 years old in The Empire Strikes Back, and was the son of the most powerful Force being that ever lived. Yet Yoda said Luke was too old to begin the training.
He is too old. Yes, too old to begin the training.
Sabine training to be a Jedi leads to arguably the worst placed memberberry in all of Star Wars.
This way! We have to go this way, Mimby! Oh, hi, Mimby! Come on, we have to hurry. Mimby Jabba the Hutt! Yeah, come on, Tubbs, you gotta keep up, Mimby! Sorry, hi, Mimby! Okay, almost there.
When Ahsoka is training Sabine how to fight with a stick, Ahsoka makes her wear a blast shield, just like Luke did in A New Hope. And if that wasn't enough, Sabine repeats word for word what Luke said.
I can't see. How am I supposed to fight?
With the blast shield down, I can't even see. How am I supposed to fight?
Luke Skywalker had never even seen a lightsaber. He didn't have a clue what the Force was or anything, so he had every right to say that. But Sabine spent years fighting alongside a Jedi, but more importantly, Kanan, who was a blind Jedi. You couldn't make this up. She knows that what she is being taught is possible. She has seen it. I am astounded that Kanan didn't even get a mention in this scene. Dave Filoni was so focused on feeding us that memberberry, he completely forgot that it made absolutely zero sense for Sabine's character.
You're making me beat up grass!
Sabine's portrayal in the Ahsoka series suffers from inconsistent character development, a forced mentor-student dynamic, weak motivation and stakes, limited growth and terrible dialogue. So now let's discuss what could have been in the hands of a better writer. First things first, you've got to respect Sabine's already established traits that she showed in the TV show Rebels. This includes showing her expertise in combat, explosives, art, and show how these skills will contribute to the story in the Ahsoka series. You've also got to address Sabine's past character development and build on the growth Sabine had in Rebels. This means reflecting on her experiences and how they shaped her into a more mature and resilient character. I would have scrapped the whole idea of Sabine being a Jedi. I can't think of a single compelling enough reason for Sabine to begin training as a Jedi, and I can't think of any compelling reason why Ahsoka would take her on as her Padawan. If you can, let me know in the comments down below, but instead I would have focused on developing Sabine's already established character. For example, I would have deepened the emotional context of Sabine's quest to find Ezra, explore her feelings of responsibility, loyalty and unresolved guilt that she may have, highlight how Ezra's disappearance impacts her daily life and decisions. And I would have used Sabine's artistic talents, shown in the TV show Rebels, as a storytelling device, as a way to express her feelings and memories of Ezra. I would have really leaned into Sabine's artistic talents. For example, in combat, she could design unique weapons that reflect her artistic flair and Mandalorian heritage. By addressing these things, Sabine's character in the Ahsoka series would have become more layered, more consistent, and more interesting. This would not only honour her character from Rebels, but also allow her to grow in meaningful and fresh new ways. Thank you so much for watching this video. Get your comments in down below and please subscribe, otherwise Kathleen Kennedy will come to get you.
Put another gay diverse woman in it, make it more fucking lame!